What's up, everybody? So I really wanted to come on here and talk about some of the takeaways that I got from the event that I went to today. So Abby Johnson came in. She is a former executive at a Planned Parenthood in Texas. And y'all, when I tell you I was about to start like bawling out, I was really about to start like crying. It's crazy. And I don't like crying in front of public, like in front of people. So I didn't. That's the only reason why though, cause anyways, but basically, I don't know. I mean, she was going into like the detail of some of the ways that like abortion happens and everything, and I already kind of knew some of it because I had actually watched a video of like Dr. Anthony Levatino, I think is his name, and yeah, so he was talking about just how you like just the very descriptive way of like explaining like how abortions happen, and I feel like that's important, especially like to form an opinion about it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so she was talking about the way like babies get suctioned out, and the size of like the suction thing depends on like the how big the head is because that's the biggest part of like a baby before they're born, and yeah, and just how like they get basically like I don't know, just like grinded up as they get like sucked out of it, just stuff like that. And I knew some of this stuff like going in because, like I said, I had already like watched a video about like Anthony Levatino talk about that type of stuff. But what really got to me like on a personal level is just how like she was talking about how like during her time, since it was like Texas, I guess there was like because Planned Parenthood goes to like poor, like low income communities, especially like communities of color, especially like if you understand the history with like Margaret Sanger, who was a eugenicist, I think is what they call it, but she was into like eugenics and stuff, and so she didn't want like the black race, and obviously I wouldn't be surprised if she didn't want the Hispanic race either. And I know she's also talked about how like Catholics have too big of like families and they should be reduced and all that type of stuff, which is crazy. And I mean, a lot of Mexicans are like Catholics, so there goes that too. But yeah, like as a clinic or like somebody that worked in a clinic, a Planned Parenthood clinic in Texas, so like they would try to open up clinics in like poor, like low income communities, and they would be targeting immigrant women. And I don't doubt that they are like Hispanic and like Mexican and stuff like that, and also like the undocumented population, especially because like undocumented women or people in general can't get like Medicaid or Medicare and stuff like that. So she was talking about how like they would be like those would be the people that like they try to target to try to help, but in reality they were just it was just all part of like Margaret Sanger's plan, to be honest. And the whole thing, it just honestly like made me so sad, and it really like I was really about to start bawling, like I said, because it's like I just thought about it like on a personal note, like yo, I'm an immigrant, I'm from Mexico, and like that's like what's going on, and I feel like especially being here at Cornell, like it's very much like on the left side, like it's very like liberal. um we don't really have a lot of like Republican or right-leaning ideas, which I would appreciate more of that, to be honest, even if I don't agree with that type of stuff, like for all of it. Some of the stuff I do agree, like obviously this, I'm very pro-life, but I don't know, it's just like there's just like I feel like a brainwashing, to be honest, like going on, and like really reducing humans, completely dehumanizing like babies in the womb, like I don't know, just calling them fetus instead of baby and stuff like that, depending on like whether you want it or whether you don't want it. It's just like so crazy, like there's just so many different things. But anyways, that really like I just felt like so sad about it, especially like I said, like as a Mexican immigrant woman, because it's like yo, this brainwashing and all like Margaret Sanger's plan and stuff, like now it's affecting like my community, and it's really like messed up. Like she wanted the black people exterminated, and now they're coming after like my community too. So it's just like so weird and like messed up, to be honest. And like I said, it was so sad because it's like I'm just thinking like yo, one day, like, I want to be a mom. Like, that's one of the biggest things that I really look forward to in my life. And like, just to think that they wish that like my babies were like murdered and stuff through brainwashing me. So wanting to like brainwash me into killing my own babies, like that's just like so sad and like disheartening. And then I think about my brothers, I think about my cousins and stuff. They wanted all of us to be like gone. And through a sin of our mom or like our mothers and stuff, because they like brainwashed us and influenced us like so bad. I don't know. The whole thing is just like really sad, and it's like I just want people to wake up. Like start listening to people that you don't agree with, and then you'll find out that you actually got a lot of things that you actually should be like on the page, on the same page, on like this. Like I mean, I don't know. Like Republicans and Democrats. Like sometimes I face this like challenge because it's like, well, yes, I'm Catholic, I'm very pro-life, but obviously I also really care about like immigrants and the Mexican community in general and stuff, and Hispanic community. So it's like but I feel like we have some things that like we really should be like opening up and like thinking about like what's actually going on, because I feel like sometimes it's not a right or a left thing. It's just a people thing, and we're all human at the end of the day. And if these things are really happening, and there's all this brainwashing going on and stuff like that, and people are really getting hurt, and again, abortion is murder, y'all. Like y'all are really like allowing babies to be killed in the womb. Like it's just crazy, and I really don't want that for anybody.